Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching Coffee with Charles. My name is Charles Wachira, and today we are going to be looking at a topic that will enlighten us as you approach business. What are the things you are supposed to think about before doing that? And so, stay to the channel. Coming up, so one of the trends that I have had us as Kenyans accused of is basically we like copying each other. So you see somebody has started something, you also copy it, and you start it also. Yeah, I want to do that. This, let me just do. The plan is in the head or in the heart, and people go out there and do things, and then they crash. Because one of the things when you're interacting with a business plan, when you're writing it out, it will make you to think and question yourself, is this exactly how it's going to work? Now, the joke is even the best business plans done, the best ones, not everything comes to pass in that plan, because that plan is on paper, but the reality is on the ground. Welcome back. This is Coffee Charles, and we are going to be looking at a question I'm sure that most people who have tried out a business may have come across. So just to give you the introduction of this thing we'll be looking at today is because that there are a lot of businesses that are registered Sharia House through the eCitizen platform. You get a registration, whether it's a limited company or whether it's just a business name, and people go out there and do these startups, as we call them. But majority of them, by year one, they are dead. So maybe year two, 70% are dead year one. Maybe you are looking at the 30 remaining, surviving between year two and year five, and then all is gone. And then you wonder, very few make it to the end. So what would be the problem with that, and how can we look at the trends that are happening in Kenya? So one of the trends that I have had us as Kenyans accused of is basically we like copying each other. So you see somebody has started something, you also copy it, and you start it also. Like the way the M-Pesa shops came up and everyone had this M-Pesa shop, the way people used to sell airtime and everyone was selling airtime. And even when you look around, you see car wash areas, car washes, and everyone is trying to put one at every corner. You look at Uber, Bolt, and all these online taxis, and you also want to get inside there, and there is a flood of cars and people are making less money. And then the joke is, as people are struggling in Nairobi and Mombasa with Uber and online taxis, guess what is happening? Other places don't even have one. It's really concentrated in few places, and the rest of Kenya doesn't have. So what happens? Is there a market or what? Or someone has never tried? At times, these are the things we face as Kenyans. So I'm going to go through a few things here that will help you make a better decision when it comes to your business. Things to look for before entering a business. These are the things you need to look at before you enter a business. One, just pause there and do a business plan. And when I talk about a business plan, it does not have to be a complicated business plan. I mean, there are templates in the internet. You can just go pick a template, download it, fill it. Or you can just do yours originally. You can, write it out. But basically a plan. What is a business plan? Just showing what you want to do, really. Where you're going to get these resources to do it, what are going to be the returns on that business, what do you see of the future of that business, why that one, you're trying like to interact with yourself where I'm going there. And let me tell you, majority of us, including myself, have ventured out there without this plan. We don't even care. I want to do that business. Let me just do. The plan is in the head or in the heart. And people go out there and do things, and then they crash. Because one of the things when you're interacting with a business plan, when you're writing it out, it will make you to think and question yourself, is this exactly how it's going to work? Now, the joke is even the best business plans done, the best ones, not everything comes to pass in that plan, because that plan is on paper, but the reality is on the ground. You know, I used to laugh at the joke that people at times see, this matatu business is good. Let me venture into this business of matatus. And so you go to a bank, they finance you, you go to Isuzu, wherever you want to go to, they give you a matatu, you go out there. And then when you are riding that, you've gotten a driver, and then there are laws in this country that you can't operate a matatu on your own. You have to join a SACCO. You join a SACCO, and then the reality starts hitting you. You've bought a mat, it's on loan, and it's in a SACCO, and you thought it's like a line of you come, beba, and go. And then to discover only that even the SACCO itself, the owners themselves, have their matatus, which are given priority. So when you come and the others are there, they are the priority. You have to queue there. Some people queue longer than others. And then you start making losses. And worst of all, there's a loan to be paid. When you are doing a business plan, such question would come up. As you are researching, asking people, such questions as you interact with your plan, as you think about it, as you write it, such questions would come to you. Okay, so if I take it to SACCO, which is the best SACCO? If I put it in that SACCO, what will be the return? Is there a queue? How do they manage that queue? How many people will I be carrying to break even? How much will I need to, how many trips will I need to go? You're asking yourself, and you're doing an Excel sheet there saying, if I make 10 trips a day at this rate, sometime there are no customers, you're going with an empty matatu to town. At times you're getting back with people, but you're not going back with people. Just like in the online taxi, you can drop someone somewhere and then go back without anyone, until you get to somewhere where the next call comes. What am I saying? As you interact, these things will come up. You will question yourself. So write a business plan which you ask yourself those questions. This capital, where will I get it? Bank, do they really give? SACCO, maybe. Friends, savings, what will work for me? You question those things. How much money will I make? What am I seeing? Is this reality? What if that matatu is arrested by police the whole day or 3 days in a month? Have I lost money? Those are things to ask yourself. So a business plan helps you think about the business. Secondly, talk to people who are doing it. And if I would say something, talk to genuine people who have been there and ask them the pros and cons. Many people like to give either a negative a testimony about that business so that you don't come in and spoil it, or they don't even to get to the gist of it, or they are very honest, they are telling you they are suffering. But then again, when you look at that business, if they can tell you the truth of the challenges they face, the things they have gone through, without color-coding that business, just being honest and asking very direct questions, pointed questions which give you direct answers. How much money do you really make? And some people can't even tell you that. But even by looking at the rent of that place, the area of that place, are you observing customers coming to that place? Or do people want to buy such things? Are they a business that has a market? And who is that market? You have to think about, by talking to those people already doing it, and get the genuine ones to tell you exactly what's happening, because some will cheat you. Number 3, ask if there are, or find out if there are hidden costs and hidden challenges, like city council charges, government charges. Some businesses need to pay some levies. Even in town, if you have a business, you need to pay some licenses. Have you asked yourself how they'll impact you before you make the money? You'll still be paying for those licenses. You open a shop, you're selling things, but they are not yet been bought, and you have to be there for a month. You have to still pay these licenses that are annual. There's a cost that even you don't know if it will come back, and maybe even a year. will it bring back that money? So the question you're asking yourself is, are there hidden costs, things you're not seeing, and you're rushing in? You are rushing in. For example, you're rushing in to do that Uber business or online taxi business. But the question is, how many people are also doing it? Are they getting money? Are there hidden costs? Are there things they don't tell you? Like, are there challenges? Like the tear and wear is higher, or like the oil changes, the servicing of that car, the demand that maybe Monday there are not many people using it. Are there hidden things that you're not seeing? Find out. Number 3, there are things you will only see when you are inside. There is only some things you will learn when you are doing it, and that's where people miss it. You enter, you see things you didn't know before, you quickly give up or quit or try to escape or get discouraged. Can you imagine someone who wants to start selling, let's say, food stuff in the market, and they don't know that the place they are in is usually people are confronted by the city or the county council officials who don't want you to sell there. Maybe it's a place you're selling and they don't allow it. So day one, you put your full sack there, you're selling things, you've gotten some 10 customers, you're saying this thing is working, I'm happy, I'm collecting money. Suddenly, Kanjo pounces from nowhere, takes your whole sack and you into the pickup. You have to pay a fine, your things are lost, and you get so discouraged that the next day you don't go back there. So there are things you will learn when you are there that you can't learn in a business plan. You can't learn by asking people. You just must get the fire inside the fire and get burnt inside. And that's why you hear people have tried many times, gotten burnt, lost money, lost again. They are learning. I call it education, 101. You're paying fees to be educated in that business. And you know why you're paying that fee? Because you're investing that money and it's getting lost. You're actually paying for the lesson you're learning. Finally, wise persistence is the only way to learn. Wise persistence. Persist. All these people have made it. Persisted. Even the Bible says, those who endure to the end shall be saved. Some endured kidogo, they got lost. Some endured sana, they got to the end. You shall be saved. So if you live for Christ and you're faithful to the end, you shall be saved. But the question is this, I'm asking, if in a business there are challenges, there are things that are hitting you right and left, you make some money today, tomorrow you don't make money, you make sure you persist. What will happen at the end of it? You'll start to see the fruit because you are learning. You are learning. But also I'll put a quick reminder. The same wisdom should tell you when to quit if this thing is not working. And maybe that's for another day, another lesson. That also you should have the wisdom to know, I've persisted, I've tried, but this thing is not working, and when to close our shop, when to close our business. And lastly, avoid loans. If possible, use your savings. If possible, take a SACCO loan. But when you go to a bank and take all these loans, they're going to demand their money back. Even SACCOs are going to demand their money back. But at least in a SACCO, it's guaranteed. The pressure, you can explain yourself there. But at times when you get a loan, and that's why banks don't give loans for startups. But for example, if your business has been going on and it has been earning, then you get a loan that you can pay. Then be able to pay it. But again, just like the days of COVID and other things that came, we never saw them coming. You can be left with a debt, a loan that you can't pay, and it destroys your business. So, as much as possible, try to start your business with your own savings, with loans like a SACCO, where you are using your savings, borrowing against your savings, and the guarantors. It's better than walking into something where someone is just giving you money, and then when things blow up, you go down. However, We have to try. Whether you failed before, go there, do this stuff, practice it, write your business plan, ask people, look at that thing, whether it will work, but don't give up. You may go to another idea until one day you hit that idea, you think through it and you persist and it works, then you'll have a success story. From me to you, this has been Coffee with Charles. If you have a question, you can always write on that WhatsApp number that is there. Leave it on the comment section. And also remember to like this channel, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that when we release content like this, you are sure to be alerted by YouTube. Till next time, God bless you.